Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Sundays with Sam. So glad to have you here with me. I want y'all to subscribe to my channel and tell your family and friends about it so they can come out and join us on Sunday mornings for our devotional so we can get our week started off right. And what we're going to talk about today is conquering your thought life. Okay, so we know that we have an enemy who is determined to steal our destiny and kill our heart, destroy everything that we care about. And he wants to convince us that we're not worthy of God's love and that we are inadequate of achieving something great. And he realizes that he doesn't have to really eliminate us, but if he can control our thoughts, then he's really done something. That's a win if he can control what we're thinking. And if he comes out really bold, like we can maybe recognize him if he's telling us to do something like rob a bank or kill your neighbor. You know for sure already that that's not something that you should do. But then when he doesn't come out bold like that and he disguises himself like it's the truth, or he's a sweet little angel of life, and he gets into our thought life with that deceit, then things might seem maybe a little off center. You may not even think nothing about it. And then that little bit just keeps getting to be a little bit more and a little bit more, just like compound interest. It starts to take over. The first thought gets built on another thought, and then one lie gets added to another lie, and then that one little thought that was a little bit off that you didn't really think nothing about, it becomes a major controlling pattern in your life. And then that's what we call a stronghold, where it's just taken captive of your thoughts. And it's a stronghold, a place of imprisonment. So it's the devil's business to keep the Christian spirit in prison. That's what he wants to do. And he knows that the believing and justified Christian has been raised up out of the grave in his sins and trespasses. So he works that much harder to keep us bound and gagged and imprisoned in our own grave clothes. The battle that we find ourselves in are not with other humans, but with unseen beings. And then when we look at Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against the spiritual wickedness in high places. And if you can't see something, it's probably really kind of easy to ignore it or not think about it because you can't really see it. But we can't afford to just become complacent just because we can't see something, because our life depends on us being vigilant and sober-minded. Therefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and rest your hope fully upon the grace that is to be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. 1 Peter 1:13. And God has already equipped us with the necessary weapons to win and conquering our thought life. And some of the things that we can use as weapons: praise, that's one. Can you think of some other things? We can use prayer and worship. What else, y'all? Think of some more things. We can use the word. That's a good one. That's always a good one. We can share the gospel. We can make positive confessions and affirmations. We can walk in love. We can forgive others. We can speak in unknown tongues. All of those are things that we can do and use as tools against Satan and what he's trying to do in our life, trying to take hold of our thoughts. We are destroying speculations and every lofty thing raised up against the knowledge of God. And we are taking every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. And that's in 2 Corinthians 10. So taking control of our thoughts will cause us to gain control over our lives. We have inherited the kingdom and been given dominion over all adversaries. And we must think like that. We've been given dominion and we need to walk in what God has already given us. We must command our raging thoughts, just like Jesus commanded the sea when he said, "Be still." So when our thoughts are out there just all over the place, we got to pull it in and take control over our thoughts and put good things in our mind. Whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just and pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of a good report. If there's any virtue and if there's anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things and the God of peace will be with you. And that's Philippians 4:8-9. Thoughts and images are the primary focus of Satan's efforts to defeat God's purposes, that a life of worship is just the single most powerful force in completing and sustaining restoration of your soul. Bless the Lord, O my soul. And sometimes it's a challenge to not only set our focus on what we should be focusing on, but then once we do set our focus, it's a challenge to keep it focused. You can do it for a while and then sometimes it might be a challenge trying to stay focused. But we need to learn to keep our focus so we can order our thoughts. The need to take every thought captive and make it obedient to Christ. We need to do that. But more than ordering our thoughts, then we must learn to order our days. Okay, order our days as well. A cluttered environment is the sign of a cluttered, confused soul. Declutter your environment so that you can declutter your life. Bring order to your closet, your drawers, your garage, your car, your finances, your relationships. This is every part of your life, whether it be physical or whether it be emotional, relational, financial. We need to bring order. And when we bring order to our life, we help to dissolve the stress and tension to awaken creativity. And order gives clarity of thought and greater control over our time. Order also brings freshness to our environment and vitality to the soul and allows us to plan activities according to specific time frames. Losing time because of a lack of order will cost you in the future. So when you stick to a plan and you can bring order to your health by going to bed at a regular time and eating on a regular schedule. So for me, that's an ouch. I have in my notes, I got an asterisk by that because I don't go to bed at a regular time like I should. That's really something I got to work on. And I'll do good for a while. And then I just kind of slowly get back into a rut of not being focused on going to bed on time and getting the rest that I need. So maybe some more of y'all out there like that, but we need to work on that because we need to bring some order to that confusion in our lives. And nothing will help us to keep order in the mind more than establishing order in our daily life. And you need to make the most of your time every day and eliminate time wasters. If your day is cluttered or full of toxic activities, so will your mind be. Junk time is as bad as junk food. Junk time is as bad as junk food. Take account of the empty time calories that make up the daily sustenance of your life. So if you just watching TV or playing a game or just flipping through a magazine or gossiping with your coworkers, all of the stuff that's just empty time calories, it's not good. That's not good. So Ephesians says, don't live carelessly, unthinkingly. Make every minute count. That's in Ephesians 5:16 and 17. So how many empty time calories do you have every day? That's something to think about, huh? We think about the calories in our food, but just think about our time also. So we need to plan our work and work our plan. Establish order in your life, and Proverbs advises, consider well the path of your feet, and let all your ways be established and ordered aright. We know that God is a God of order. Righteousness is defined as conformity with God's will and order. Isaiah 54:14. David, the most righteous king of all, prayed to the Lord and said, teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. In other words, he prayed that God would show him how to order his time so he could become wise. So that's a good prayer, isn't it? For us to order our time so we can be wise, make wise decisions. And as we sit quietly in the presence of God, take an account of how you spend or allocate each hour of the day. Just like you may keep an account of your money, or if you're watching your weight or trying to lose weight, you keep an account of the calories that you take in every day. But we need to take an account of how we're spending our time and look at how we can reorder our days to help us better order our thoughts. How does the order or lack of order in your home, your office, your car, your garage affect the order in your soul? Is there room for more order? If so, how will you bring it to pass? Just think about the things that you can do to bring more order into your life. Until we can manage time, we can manage nothing else. That was by Peter Drucker. Till we can manage time, we can't manage anything else. The bad news is that time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. So you are the pilot of that time that's flying. So you got to steer it in the right direction. And this is from an unknown author, but it just speaks volumes. This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it, or I can use it for good. What I do today is important because I am exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving in its place something that I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not regret the price that I paid for it. Okay, so we need to order our thoughts, order our steps, order our day. Just think about how the devil is trying to get in your head and control your thoughts. But we are not going to let him do it. We are going to order our thoughts, and we're going to order our days better, and we're going to keep account of our time, and we're not going to have those time wasters and empty time calories. We're going to make every day count. All right? I am one and only one. I can't do all things, but I can do some things. That I can do, I ought to do. And by the grace of God, I'm going to order my thoughts, and I will do it. Go out and have yourselves an amazingly awesome week, and I will see you back here next Sunday. Have a good one.